Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So update 1.31 has released, and alongside it have come 4 brand new events, mainly focused around the Porsches, the Japanese all-wheel drive cars, which we have 2 of them with this update, and then the Group 3 with the 800 pp getting a brand new event. Now, I'm not going to be giving my opinions on the events in this video. I'll actually do that a little bit later on. However, I am going to show you exactly how to get through them and how to beat them. Originally, I was just going to do it for the 800, however, I feel like I may as well do it for all of them. So up first, we're going to go over to Tokyo Expressway for the 4-wheel drive challenge 600, featuring Japanese cars that are 4-wheel drive and a recommended PP rating of 600. Now here, we're going to use the Mazda 3. This again is one of the new cars from update 1.31, 4-wheel drive, so it is eligible with a few upgrades to just bring it around about the 600 PP mark. So in terms of beating this event, it's very straightforward. It is just a 2 laps around the Tokyo layout that we all know and probably hate at this point, but it is dry, so there's no rain, no weather or anything like that, so it's a pretty smooth and straightforward run. There is no fuel use, no tyre use. Overall, this is a very basic sprint event. Now, the difficulty I'm going to be showing you for all of these events is on normal. In all honesty, they're all very straightforward and very easy to beat, even the 800 for one single reason, and I will mention that later on. However, in terms of the Tokyo Expressway event, in all honesty, you should be looking to get this done and dusted pretty straightforward. There is no real battles to have. In terms of the straight line speed, there's only 2 cars you really need to worry about. One of them being the Impreza and one of them being the Lancer. Obviously, I don't have a massive amount of top speed in the Mazda 3. It's mainly for its handling, and in all honesty, the only issue I had was the Lancer and the Impreza basically catching me on the main straight, really. Apart from that, very straightforward. You should get this one done in absolutely no time. So as we go up across the line, we're going to get this event done in just under 5 minutes, so it is a very short event. So obviously, to go with that, you're not going to get much in terms of payout, but we'll still check it out anyway to see what you should expect. I didn't get the clean race bonus just due to purely basically scraping the side of one of the cars at some point, but it's around about 55k for a quick 5-minute event. Clean race bonus would buff that one up. Next up, we're going to have another 4-wheel drive challenge 600 for the Japanese cars. Same kind of principle again in terms of what cars you're going to go for. This time I'm actually going to use the brand new Toyota Alphard in terms of actually running this event. I thought I'd obviously give that a try. I have upgraded it again to around about the 600 pp mark. Obviously that is the recommended, and I do like to try and kind of keep it around there. In terms of this event, I found this one to be the easiest of the bunch. Obviously there's no massive long straight or anything like that, and in all honesty, the Alphard was quite handy in a straight line as well as through the corners. So yeah, really quite surprised with this vehicle. In all honesty, this is definitely the easiest event of the bunch. It's a very simple layout, it's a very quick layout as well, and it's only a 3-lap event. So again, it's a typical sprint format, so don't expect any kind of damage, fuel use or anything like that. You won't need to manage anything. It's just a case of getting yourself to the front and getting this event over and done with. If you were to have any issues in terms of actually running this event, I think the only kind of issue you would actually have is chasing down the front running Subaru. In all honesty, the 22B seems to be absolutely miles away from anything else in this race, and in all honesty, that was the only one that took me just slightly longer to catch up. But I took the lead around about the first half of lap 2, so a very straightforward event yet again. I shouldn't see why anyone would really have issues on any difficulty running this event. So for all of these events as well, the recommended PP is just a recommendation, so you don't actually have to stick to that limits. If you want to go for something absolutely ridiculous, you pretty much can do, and make even easier work of the AI, and obviously take a lot less time to get this event over and done with. In terms of actually completing it, again, you're looking around about the 5-minute mark at the maximum, so it should be a job done in absolutely no time. As you can see, the Alphard actually held up fairly well. I think I beat the rest of the AI by around about 23 to 25 seconds, so don't be expecting much of a challenge no matter what difficulty you're on. So in terms of the payout for this event, it's going to be 60,000 credits with the clean race bonus in around about 5 minutes. So again, nothing special, but a fairly reasonable payout. Then we have the Porsche Cup. So this is a returning one that I believe appeared in 1.20 last time when we had the last layouts in the game for Catalonia. Again, it's a 70,000 credit payout, but it will pay more if you get the clean race bonus, which I did not. So I used a bog standard Porsche 959. A good excuse to use it really in a Porsche race. That's obviously celebrating the Stuttgart brand. And in terms of this event, I actually found this probably to be the most enjoyable of the bunch. In terms of, you know, being not too bad on its payout and just, you know, a place to run all of those new Porsches. Overall, I'm not a big fan of this track, the Kyoto Park Yamigawa layout, I believe it is. In all honesty, it's a bit of a boring track, but you should have no issues here taking on the rest of the AI and such. Again, due to the format of this race, it's pretty much a sprint race. You won't have to worry about pitting, fuel use or tyre use. And like I said, in terms of the AI, they are not too bad. The only one that I had a bit of a problem with in this 959 was actually first place. I think I spent all of lap 4 just following them around. But in all honesty, the AI in this game just aren't great. So when they get to certain corners, they will go far too slow. And I pretty much just made my move there. So overall, this was a fairly easy event, but in all honesty, in terms of actual enjoyment and actual usefulness for actually getting some use out of the Porsches and such, this was much more of what you really expect. It was done in around about 9.5 to 10 minutes, so in all honesty, it's a fairly sized event for, you know, kind of getting to grips with those new Porsche cars. Overall, in terms of your payout, like I said, you are looking around about 70,000 credits without clean race bonus, with a 50% bonus if you do get it. And then we have the World Touring Car 800 event, which is a free lap around the Nurburgring Endurance layout. 200,000 credit payout without clean race bonus, obviously a 50% boost if you do get it. So I used the new DTM Audi. In all honesty, this is a fantastic car to use, and I did get away with actually non-stopping this event. Now, tyre wear and fuel use is on, but in all honesty, I found it far too easy in terms of the tyre use, so you really won't notice any drop-off. In fact, the tyre life is very, very fair around here. I thought it'd be kind of either forcing me to pit every lap, or at least once during the whole event. Now, the only real reason you'd actually have to pit is to cover off the rain. However, I just decided to stay out, and in the end, I pretty much had a massive gap over the rest of the field. And using this Group 2 in the wet was, all honesty, not that bad, even on the dry tyres. So once you do get to the end of lap 1, this is realistically when you want to be watching your weather radar. I got rain pretty much on the first quarter of lap 2. You will notice that the AI will actually pit in every single lap as well. So at the end of lap 1, they all pitted, and then they actually pitted again at the end of lap 2. So it's, yeah, very bizarre, and in all honesty, it kind of put me off this event. So as you can see in the background now, we had a decent bit of rain, and we're coming to the last quarter of the second lap. We're actually still on the dry tyres, and pretty much we're cruising around even on a wet surface. It really wasn't that bad, especially using this new Group 2 machine. Now, what I did after running full fuel mix for the first basically whole 2 laps, I actually turned it down to fuel mix 6 when I got to the straight. This allowed me to basically finish up as the track dried out on lap 3 and basically not have to pit. So realistically, don't feel like you have to be forced to pit in. If you feel like you can stay out on the dry tyres even if you do get a bit of rain, then in all honesty, I just recommend doing it. You'll absolutely destroy the AI no matter what difficulty you're on. Like I said, they do seem to have a habit of pitting constantly. It's really kind of bizarre why they pit at the end of every single lap no matter what, at least in my experience anyway. So as you can see, we've finished up that event, and it's going to take around about 20 to 23 minutes. And in terms of your payout, it is very, very poor. 200,000 credits without the clean race bonus. Again, we're for an event that is just a little bit less than Sardinia in terms of its length of time. So there we have it. That is how to easily beat all of the new events that came with update 1.31. I was originally just going to make it for the 800 event. However, when I realized that I could just basically non-stop the event and just hang myself out on dry tires in the wet and just basically make use of the fuel, I realized that I may as well just include the others as well, just to kind of give you a heads up what to expect. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be giving my opinions on these events until a little bit later on, so I am going to be working on that video now in terms of what I think of these events. events. I won't kind of spoil anything too much right now, but that is going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. I upload GT7 and motorsport content each and every day. Thank you to my channel members as well as my sponsors, the Controller people and Poggers, for their continued support, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great time, guys. Peace.